Hey everybody, and welcome back to Split Couch Games. I'm Scott.
And I'm Ben.
And this is Couchcast number 76. Ben forgot to do that when I distracted him from the intro last week. This is why I do the intros, because I am a consummate professional. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
No one argue that. Anyway, so E3 is next week. So as you can imagine, there's not a ton of news. But the good news is that next week there should be a lot to talk about. And because of that, we're going to have a special Monday podcast that will replace the Wednesday podcast, which we will record after we see a bunch of the E3 stuff.
Yeah, because I know that you said that Microsoft is on Sundays.
I think it's like Sunday at 2 p.m. our time.
Okay,
Pacific
yeah,
time.
And Bethesda is also on Sunday, on the 10th. And what, you know what? Hold on, let's see. E3
All right, I'm
schedule
gonna talk a little bit
2018.
more.
Yeah, you do that.
So we're gonna probably try and watch as much stuff as we can. Possibly tweet or like live tweet reactions to the Split Couch Games Twitter account. Maybe potentially our personal stuff, whatever. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet. You can bet that I'm going to be live tweeting the Microsoft stuff. Ben will probably be watching that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's gonna be happening. So you can get our live reactions to the things that happen and all the Microsoft games that aren't announced. And Crackdown 3 being delayed yet again.
Because, why not? Okay, yeah. So the official E3 2018 press conference schedule. EA is on Saturday the 9th. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then Sunday, June 10th, is Microsoft at 1 p.m. Bethesda at 6:30 p.m. That's annoying. And then Devolver Digital at 8 p.m.
Shout out to Devolver Digital for thinking that they deserve a press conference.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is off the top of my head.
Neither do I, so, whatever. And then Monday, we got Square Enix at 10 a.m., Ubisoft at 1 p.m., PC Gaming Show, whatever that is, at 3 p.m., and then Sony at 6 p.m. And then Tuesday, we have Nintendo at 9 a.m. So yeah, we will.
What was the name of the studio that we don't know?
It's Devolver Digital, and that's what I'm looking up right now. Oh. Okay. So they. Hold on.
Okay.
Where's your list of? Yeah, it's an indie studio, I guess.
Indie studio. Hotline Miami is their big one, but they also have
Shadow Warrior. Don't fucking cheap out on that. It was a good game.
Fine. They're most. Well, I didn't even know
they
Shadow Warrior 2 came out. What the hell? All right.
Did they only do the second one? Why isn't the first one on their website?
It's on the Google. Anyway, so they're gonna maybe like a new Hotline Miami, which always seemed like a fun game.
Yeah.
Anyway, so look forward to the Split Couch Games E3 coverage. It's gonna be super chill, and
yeah.
And as always, not at all professional. So that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, and one caveat that I do want to say to all of that is, at the very least, the next podcast will be talking about Microsoft stuff.
Yeah,
it may not cover Bethesda stuff, because if the press conference with Bethesda isn't starting until 6:30, then that means we're probably not going to be talking about it until 7:30 or 8 p.m. at that point. And I have a job that I need to wake up at 5:30 in order to get to. So
yeah, this is not a promise for anything, but it'd be kind of cool if we live streamed reactions to that press conference. I don't know how we would do that, but it'd be kind of cool.
I mean, we could figure something out.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not promising anything. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen. Let's get into what we're talking about today. Holy shit.
Yeah. Hi.
All right. Hi, Ben.
I zoomed in my camera on my face.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway. So, first thing we're going to talk about is something that I'm super passionate about, which is Fallout 76.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I confused myself for Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, if you're excited about it for some reason, then, you know, I mean, you do you, but I don't think you've even actually started Skyrim Special Edition. You've purchased it. Or wait, no, you've tried to download some mods, and then your game was crashing, and then that's it.
No.
Something
I
like that?
downloaded 2 mods and never started the game.
Right. That's right. That's better.
Look, it's coming. All right, it's in the queue.
And you know, you also purchased Battlefield 1, and now Battlefield 5 is about to come out, and you haven't even opened Battlefield 1.
That one I'll give you. That one's not. That one's out of the queue, I think.
Anyways, so Fallout 76. Obviously, that was released, teased, whatever. Like, they did a whole teaser stream, and then there was a teaser trailer dropped, and the next game is called Fallout 76. So, you know, if you were hoping for Fallout 5 through 75, you're not getting them. We're just gonna we're just gonna fast forward past all that. Yeah. And I'm sure there are some people that are probably curious about my opinions on it and everything. And on one hand, I'm kind of excited, but I share the same sentiment that a lot of other people have, in that with all the rumors going around, there could possibly be validity to some of those rumors, but there's no real way for us to be sure. And if any of them are true, especially the ones saying that this is more of a Rust-style game, then that is something that I personally am concerned about.
Yeah.
Fallout has never really been, like, the game that I go to from Bethesda or anything. I do enjoy them, but specifically Fallout 4 wasn't all that great, in my opinion. Like, it wasn't as bad.
Hot takes from Ben.
It wasn't as bad as what I feel people were giving it shit for when it released. And I feel like that's mainly because people were giving it shit for the wrong reasons. But it just wasn't as good as what the previous entries from Bethesda were. Now, that being said, like I said, I do still enjoy playing the games and everything. And when Fallout 76 was announced, I was super excited. And when it comes to the rumors specifically, especially like the rumor of like it's multiplayer in some way, kind of has me excited. And if what happens is they release it and it's basically just like your regular, normal, everyday Fallout game, but there's co-op or something like that, I just want to say right here and now, A, take my money, and B, fucking called it.
Yeah.
Because you and I had a fucking podcast about like this very topic basically a few months ago when that Skyrim co-op mod came out. And I was like, I mean, realistically, if the modders did it, then it's only a matter of time before Bethesda does it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, if it was a co-op Fallout game, I would probably play it. Because, I mean, like, there's so many RPGs that I'm like, I kind of want to play that. But not enough to play it solo. But like if it was a co-op experience where I could have fun with other people while playing it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And the same goes for Fallout. And yeah, as for like the Rust, like I mean, there's the two major rumors that I've heard is that one, it's either an MMO similar to Elder Scrolls Online, or it's similar to Rust, like you said, which is like a survival
Yeah,
I guess it's
basically
it's not an
like,
MMO, but like it's a survival online game.
Yeah, it's like Ark, basically.
Yeah, Ark, Rust, Regional DayZ,
Yeah,
all of that.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that still think that would be a fun idea to have a game like that set in the Fallout universe and everything. And my personal concern with that still is it's a few different things, really. Because if you have a game that has what is essentially like a live server, and you know, you have to like build up your bases, and like when you level up, that allows you to build better things and all this kind of stuff, kind of like what Ark is, that immediately plummets my interest to zero. And it has nothing to do with the type of game so much as it is that like I don't have the free time to dedicate to that. Like I love the idea of Ark, but the fact that I have to log in and play it like every single fucking day, otherwise someone else is going to come in to take all my shit, like that's super annoying to me. You know, I don't have that kind of free time, and I don't want to turn this game into a chore. Yeah. You know, where it's like, oh shit, like I have to log in and play for a little bit, otherwise I lose everything. And I mean, I know that like games like Ark have a private server option. So,
but that really kind of misses the point.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, at that point, it's like, okay, like, yeah, I'm still getting to experience the game. But I feel like part of the experience of the game is like seeing all these other people running around doing the same thing. And going beyond that, something that I feel would be a major misstep, and this is, again, rumors, is if, regardless of what this game is, it doesn't have mod support. I don't necessarily think that that's like required like at launch or anything. Considering that it looks like it's using the Fallout 4 engine, it should be available at launch, but I could understand if they were like, you know, oh, like it's slightly different tools, so we have to package them up and then we'll release the tools to the public, you know, in a couple months or whatever. Like, fine, whatever. Less than ideal, but we still get mods.
Yeah.
And if it's a Rust or Ark style game, I can totally see no mods being a thing because you don't want people to cheat or anything like that. But if it is a purely co-op experience, then what needs to happen is mod support still needs to be a thing. And then you have one of two situations. Either if both players don't have the mods, they can still play together, but like the person who's missing them just like can't see that stuff or something. But that could be very problematic, especially if we get into the realm of like monster mods and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I think Left 4 Dead 2, I played. One of my friends had, when I was like my roommate in college, he had My Little Pony mods installed.
Okay.
And I didn't, but we were still able to play together because they were just textures.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say is like, you should be able to play together, but what I could definitely see happening, at least for consoles, I don't want to speak to the PC side of things because modding on PCs is, I don't want to say a little more complicated, but they have a wider array of options in terms of where to get their mods from and how to install them and that kind of thing. But for consoles specifically, I could definitely see like any mod that is uploaded to Bethesda.net is given like a specific like number or tag or something. And then before you're able to play co-op together, it goes like, okay, this person has these mods, this person has these mods. Like, you're missing this one and he's missing these two. Like, you need to go download those or whatever before you can play together.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is all like speculation and everything, so who knows? Maybe it's not even kind of a co-op game. I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, we'll know more on Sunday.
Yeah.
Unless we don't, in which case it'd be like biggest blue balls in history. It'd be like
no, Pete Hines has already like tweeted out basically saying that they're going to talk and show more about it on Sunday. So
I'm not surprised. Finishing up this topic, you probably know more about this than I would. But like, I get the feeling that generally when Bethesda announces something, it comes out pretty quickly after, like, as in like same year, or is that's
new?
Am I misremembering?
Well, that's new pretty much as of Fallout 4.
Okay.
But
that's probably what I'm remembering.
Yeah, but I mean, that is also the first year that they had their own press conference.
That's true.
Because they had their own press conference the year they announced Fallout 4. And I feel like that's why they were able to get away with the short turnaround. And then they had last year, which was kind of and now obviously this year. So they may do it again. They may not. I would be a little shocked if they don't do it again. But with their their next recent game being Skyrim, that was announced like a year or two before it actually came out. But that's because it was part of the Xbox conferences at that point. So
yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully it's this year, and everyone is excited to see it. My main concern is that if it is like a Rust type game or an MMO, like it seems like that doesn't really provide anything new, and I kind of expect more from Bethesda. Like, even though like I don't play their games, like I feel like they don't really follow the norm, and like they don't follow trends and stuff. And I feel like Rust, like even though it's kind of like late to the trend, because now like the new trend is Battle Royale, I feel like Bethesda's better than that in a way, in terms of like they should just be doing their own thing instead of trying to catch up to people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's what it is. And
yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see what it is on Sunday.
Yes, exactly. Or if you're listening to this and you only get your news from us for some godforsaken reason, then you'll hear about it on Monday. Or Sunday if we do something weird, but at least Monday, hopefully.
Please get your news from someone else.
Yes. Don't. Whether it's us or someone else, like, never only get your news from one source.
Yeah.
It's just a bad idea.
Anyway, but games that we do know a little more about, Pokemon on the Switch. I saw that and I was like, am I gonna have to get a Switch? Here's how I saw it. I was like, okay, Pokemon on the Switch, cool. I don't really care. Like, I haven't bought a Nintendo console in a long time, and I've kind of thought about getting a DS so that I could play the Pokemon games, but I haven't, so it didn't really bother me. Then they were like, it has co-op, and I was like, hell yeah, it has co-op. I might have to get a Switch. And then it showed what I would assume is the extent of the co-op, which is like same console drop-in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care. It's basically where I'm at. Like,
yeah,
it's cool. I'm personally, like, I'm a big fan of the Kanto and Johto games, so the fact that they're going back to Kanto is really cool. But outside of that, like, personally, I was a little underwhelmed by at least, like, obviously all we saw is the trailer.
Yeah.
So for Pokemon, is it Pokemon Let's Go?
Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with those games.
Yeah. I mean, I saw that they were announced and I was like, I mean, that's cool, I guess. I haven't really followed or cared about Pokemon in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think when I worked at Nintendo, that was the last Pokemon game I bought, and I think at that time it was Black version 2 or something. And I played it for a few hours and then never really picked it up again. And at some point I ended up like selling it to GameStop for like $15 or something like that. So
oh, there you go.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It didn't seem like it was bad in any sort of way. But it did. I don't know. I guess I've just like outgrown it so much, or maybe I just don't care about Pokemon anymore. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But it seemed cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it also like, yeah, I get why people are excited. Like, you know, Pokemon's awesome. It's going to be like a solid experience, but I feel like it's just going to be the same experience that you've already gotten elsewhere from the series.
Just, you know, on a different console, higher resolution, that kind of thing.
Yeah, with the co-op that again shows Nintendo not embracing online play, presumably.
Yeah.
Hopefully there is online play, because that would be really awesome, and all that. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that I took away from it is that they still make the weirdest commercials, or weirdest trailers.
Yeah, they do, and I feel like that's because that's just like the culture surrounding Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is that they're still very Japanese influenced and almost Japanese focused. And that carries over into the States even, whereas, you know, someone like Sony is like still very Japanese influenced, but they like have a clear separation between their, you know, like Japanese market and then the American market. I feel like Sony's definitely, like, regardless of which market you're talking about, it's still very like professional. Whereas with Nintendo, I mean, you get guys coming up who are like cosplaying and doing Splatoon and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I think like it's kind of interesting that I feel like Nintendo tends to market the experience as opposed to the game or whatever.
Yeah,
like they're like, this is what you could be doing, as opposed to like, here's all the graphics and the gameplay and all that. Like, because I think like you see more people sitting around on a couch and in their room than actual like Pokemon gameplay in the trailer. Like, but you see them that they're happy and they're having fun, and you could also have that fun.
Yeah,
and,
you could be having fun too, reliving your childhood memories of grinding through Rock Cave or something like that. The one that's real dark that has like all the Geodudes and Zubats in it.
Is that Moon Cave?
Moon. No, because I pretty much any cave is going to have a lot of Zubats and Geodudes, but there's one specifically that you need like the Flash TM for.
Yeah. It's like the first big one.
Yeah,
I think it's Moon, and then like at the end, like you see the guy that gives you your Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
maybe. I don't think that's correct, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Anyway, let us know your guys' thoughts on the Pokemon games announced, if you're excited or if you just don't really care. Yeah, and so last week, Vi proposed the question to us about what game could use a game. I can't speak English today. I'm tired.
That's okay.
What game franchise could use a game in the horror genre? And he proposed a game from the perspective of a marine in the high charity level in Halo.
I mean,
or really like any level dealing with the flood.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it doesn't even necessarily have to be like that specific. I feel like just, you know, a standard Marine trooper, or even, you know, like if you want to go the route of I can't remember what it was called now, but the live action shorts, where they were recruits, they like that could definitely be made into a horror-esque genre and everything. And I feel like the main thing there would be to have it set in a realm where everything that you're interacting with is kind of like an unknown, and definitely getting that scale right, because, you know, Master Chief and the elites are like 9 feet tall, so like you would have to make sure that that scale is correct and everything. But I mean, that is something that I've thought about in the past, like even before he brought it up in the comment, is that the Halo universe could make for a decently good horror universe. I see Mount Moon. Yeah. That doesn't mean that's the cave I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's the one with here's the description of it. There are 3 different levels of Mount Moon, populated by oodles of Zubats and plenty of trainers. It's got Zubats. I think that's okay. The one. Anyway, continue.
Mount Moon happens very early on, and you don't get to flash TM until much later in the game.
Oh, you're talking about that one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one that's really, really dark, and you like it's recommended that you take some escape rope into it, because there's so many encounters that can happen and everything.
Right. You're right.
See, okay. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't fucking try to out Pokemon me. Anyways,
it's all ogre now.
That's just the power cord to my laptop. The battery on my laptop is pretty much toast, so, you know. Anyways, so yeah, I don't really know what other video game franchises I would want to see in that vein. And I think part of that's because, and this would definitely happen with Halo as well, is that any other existing franchise, like the monsters and everything within it, you're so used to just kicking their asses already, that seeing them in any other context isn't nearly as intimidating.
I mean, it...
So, I mean, like, if I were playing a game where, like, I were just, you know, a Marine and, you know, or a trainee, or even, you know, like a civilian with no combat training, no weapon, no nothing, and there's, like, a cloaked elite chasing me around, I'd be like, I mean, this is scary, I guess, but it's less see what you're saying. Do with what he's...
But in that case in particular, like, you can really play with perspective, and like, you know, you're not 7 feet tall anymore. You're, you know, you could be like 5'2", and the elite's, you know, 8 feet tall or whatever. Like, there's stuff you can do to like kind of change that perspective. But I agree that like it could really be tough. I think that's one of the problems with like all the new Alien movies and everything. It's like, we've seen this before, and it's been done so much better.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the Jaws syndrome, where it's like, what's scary is the unknown.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's, I see what you're saying. Because I kind of had like the same thought with Gears. Like when I, like, obviously, like, you know, it's like, what game genre or what franchise could use another game in this genre? It's like,
and you're like, Gears.
Gears. I mean, the first game was almost like borderline horror, you know, in some sections at least.
Yeah.
Like it. So like you could definitely, like, you know, play that, but like you kind of already know what's happening, so there's not that like unknown, like it's almost more of like it's not even like a mystery at that point, even, because it's like, oh, the locusts are doing this.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I think the only way you could really like successfully take an existing franchise and turn it into a horror game would be as if it was a franchise that was either already like pseudo in the horror realm, and to then take a monster, if you will, that still made an appearance and everything in the game before, but maybe was like a minor part, and like ramp that up.
Yeah.
And like the biggest example I can think of is the Metro games. Like those aren't like super horror-ish, but most specifically like in some of the outside portions and everything, like it can get pretty creepy, and there's stuff chasing you around in the shadows, and you know, you also have the adrenaline of like, oh no, I'm running out of air and that kind of thing. Yeah. So
I was also gonna sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
You're fine.
Okay. I was gonna also suggest like Tomb Raider or like Uncharted could also potentially, if you change the setting, like there's enough like different like lore elements to it that like conceivably like, oh, it's like, oh, she just goes to a scary place. Then like and then kind of like her like normal like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you in the face with a bow doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or and like, you know, and it's already like a puzzle solving game, or like there's puzzles to solve, so like that fits in with the Tomb Raider gameplay loop and all that. So like Tomb Raider could do it, I think. Or really like any action adventure game could make that transition.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
But yeah, I think like any sort of, and like you said, like any game where like you've spent time killing a certain enemy, that enemy struggles to become scary again.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it can become a challenge, and like you could be like, oh shit, I have to solve this, but I don't think that that's what horror games are trying to get. Like they're trying to scare you to your core, and it's difficult to do that when it's like, oh, it's an elite. I've killed like 800 of these. Or 8,000, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much that. We're past our 30-minute mark, and we should probably get this done. You have to install a dishwasher.
Yes, I do. I do have to install a dishwasher this weekend. It's gonna be exhilarating, I tell you. I think one of the harder parts is going to be making sure that all the pets stay away and everything. We have some like baby gates that we could probably put up and block off doorways and close doors and that kind of thing, but
I think your dog is bigger than a baby.
He is, and he's already proven that even if we stack the two baby gates like up on top, that he doesn't care, and he will just like walk through it. So
that's awesome. That's really awesome.
So yeah, that's going to be one of the more interesting aspects of doing that. But anyways, like you said, we're past our mark, so we will talk to everybody out there listening next time on Split Couch Games.
Tune in for E3 live tweets and stuff, and reactions.
Yeah, live tweets, at least during like the weekend shows. Most specifically Microsoft and Bethesda for me. I will probably watch EA play. I don't know that I'll tweet much because most of EA play is always like sports. So I
guess I can handle that. Look at those people in the stands. They're looking great. Yeah, no, even though like I enjoy the sports games, like that's really all it is. It's like the graphics are better.
Yeah, and the rosters are updated. Give us another $60.
Yeah. But then there's also going to be a lot of Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys next time on Split Couch Games. Keep in mind, Monday next week. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.